Everybody's got to believe in something. Everybody's got to believe in something. Everybody's got to believe in something. Break it down.
GSL 10주년이라 드디어 올 것이 왔군. 좋아, 이제 한번 제대로 시작해볼까? 2020 GSL 시즌 1 코드S 쇼다운. 자, 한판 붙어보자고. 아프리카 TV 브레이크업 스튜디오 라이브 2020 GSL 시즌 코드S 쇼다운.
What's up, everybody? We're back here for another day of GSL Codes. It's good to be back. And today's group is pretty special.
Oh, this is the best group in the round of 24.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, this group is out of control. It's super fun. We have, I don't even know what an upset is in this group other than Creator making it out.
Yeah.
The other three, it's like, who's supposed to get out of those three?
It's hard to say who's going to come out on top here.
Yeah.
And I welcome the idea of Creator advancing. He's been playing in our tournaments for so long. Sometimes it takes people even a decade to really hit their stride.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think...
Or re-hit their stride.
That's true. He was dominant very, very early in the game.
Super good in 2012.
Different beast, though, then, compared to what we have now. Yeah, so I'm curious, especially with these players, to get an idea, a measurement of where they're at. With us having so much downtime before GSL started up here. Anyways, here's the players that have advanced to the round of 16 so far.
Yeah, it's been quite a nice tournament so far. Definitely some big upsets with both Rogue and SOS going out early, but some great players moving forward so far. And tonight, two really good, entertaining players are going to move forward. I know that. It's such a wonderful group.
Yeah, I'm especially excited to see what PartinG's going to do here today.
Yeah.
PartinG is always capable of beating anybody.
He's like the most fun player. He is so ridiculously fun to watch.
Yeah, he's like SOS on drugs or something. You know what I mean? Like,
but not
cheesy.
Hallucinogenic drugs.
Right, more like of a speed or something like that. Yeah. Or maybe it's like PartinG. Maybe SOS is more like a partying on drugs.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Hallucinogenic. Yeah. Psychedelic experience.
Yeah,
if PartinG takes a tablet of SOS.
Got you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's like SOS is more mind gaming and PartinG is more micro is how you might be able to look at that. But look at this group, guys. It's crazy. RagnaroK is in really good shape lately.
That's right.
PartinG obviously is PartinG. Creator, don't have a whole lot to say about him. Occasionally he shows really nice games, but a lot of times not.
Yeah.
And then Dream has been just so hot lately.
Yeah,
he has
he's
been
really looking very strong, and I'm really excited to see how he's going to perform here today. A lot of the players are getting closer and closer to their mandatory military service. So,
well, that's actually a very funny thing that you should bring up because Dream has done his.
Exactly. And so, with Dream, it's like, well, sky's the limit here. Once you get done with that, you're allowed to do whatever the hell you want with the rest of your life if, you're out here in South Korea.
Absolutely.
And you can continue your pro gaming career where for a lot of players that military service is a huge interruption and oftentimes a ender of their professional gaming careers. So it's going to be cool to see how Dream performs in this tournament and in the future. And we're getting a shot of PartinG here who is having a good time. I love the way that he plays. He's a very smart player. The former world champion, don't forget, in 2012, crushing through everybody. We had the world finals in China, in Shanghai.
And he's come back looking great.
Yeah. And so, from here, it's a question of what is PartinG going to do? He almost never plays standard. I mean, he can mix it in, but he tends to like to do kind of crazy, cheesy stuff.
We definitely can get into that. I want to talk a little bit about Dream, though, because this guy, when he first was coming up, all my Korean friends were talking about him like, oh, this is the next MVP back in that era. Right? When we're like, okay, who's gonna be the next big Terran? But he left kind of early, and before he really found his stride and went to the military, now he's back. And my nerd Kochanfe gave me some 6 stats on it for this, right? First off, for players that have gone in the military and come back, for their Eligulac rankings to hit like top 25, that's like a good measurement. Only 2 players have ever done it, coming back from military, getting the 2,500 plus elo needed on Eligulac, and that's Fantasy and Dream.
Wow.
Dream has been killing it lately. He's killed Trap, Cure, Solar, Zest twice, and he 3-0'd Dark recently as well in a tournament.
Yeah.
This guy is on fire. He is so good right now.
And we're going to start this off on the map Everdream. It's loading up right now. PartinG versus Dream, Game 1. Let's go.
전투 준비 완료. 퍼포먼스로 앞서가다 LG 울트라 기어와 넘버원 에너지 드링크 핫식스가 이번 전투를 지원한다고.
So we've got a SCV sent out immediately. Not 1, but 2 for a double proxy rack.
Not 2, but 3. Tasteless.
Like not 3, but 4. Oh, no, it's 3.
Not 4, but 5. I'm like,
5.
this is the worst SCV
I'm like,
rush
he
of all
needs to
time.
get a depot pretty soon here. I don't know what's going on.
Yes. Okay, so cheesing right off the bat here. Triple proxy barracks is the play.
I like this to
this
open
can
up
kill
with
you.
against PartinG here because
Yeah.
there's a chance PartinG was going to do something very aggressive, but it's going to be Dream seizing control of this game first, putting PartinG in a defensive position where he's going to have to be reacting. And most of the games that PartinG wins, he's taking control of the game early on and boxing you, and you have to deflect and defend everything perfectly or he will KO you. And I like the planning here from Dream. Let's see how good the control is because PartinG does have I mean, he's basically top 3 control there is, right?
As good as Huck, even?
Yes. I forgot about that.
That meme was so funny.
As it was coming out of my mouth, I thought, wait a minute.
This sounds familiar.
I've heard this meme, yeah. But I think it is fair to say this with PartinG. I mean, he's really able to do some insane stuff.
Control. He's got great control. Okay, so PartinG, he might scout it right now. I think he has to cancel immediately. He has to cancel everything and probably wall the top of his ramp. Yeah, okay, so second pylon going to go down immediately. He has to pull probes. This is going to be very difficult to hold.
Whoa! Oh! Slippery Marine. Got his Marines covered in olive oil.
All right, he's got his odd out. He's making shield batteries.
More SCVs are being pulled here. Just 2 more, not an insane amount, but he wants to try to get a bunker set up here. A little bit of blockage.
Oh my God, look at this. Very good micro
Now,
Dream so far. He starts that bunker.
If the bunker finishes and gets filled up, I think we're probably going to be going to game 2 here because
Well, look at this.
Oh
He's
my
bringing all of his probes. He knows exactly what he needs to do right now, and that is stop this. He can't let the bunker get up. He can't let these Marines kill him.
an additional 2 SCVs are being sent across now.
Oh my God, a huge amount of damage. But the shield batteries are up now, and those definitely make a big difference.
This really highlights how slow Stalkers actually attack here as you just see him try to fire down and kill the SCV, and it's like just not barely enough.
Oh my
There's only 9 workers remaining, so I think that might even be all the workers here just trying to defend.
Oh, that is...
I think that's it, GG. Wow. So, the most aggro player in GSL just got rushed so hard he was punted into game 2.
By the way, I'm pretty sure these guys are friends, because when Dream walked
not
in
anymore.
and said hi to PartinG, they were like so happy to see each other.
Yeah.
And look at that, not happy anymore, huh?
Well, PartinG is also, I think, probably the most charismatic. PartinG, TY, and
Sure.
a few others. Like, he's really funny. Like, if you haven't seen PartinG stream, you should check it out. He's actually really funny.
Oh yeah, his stream is amazing.
Yeah. But
Tasteless, if I rushed you like that in a tournament, would you still love me?
yeah, I wouldn't care.
Well, this is why you're weak. If you did that to me, literally wouldn't ever cast you again.
I would be salty, that's for sure. I'd be really salty, but, you know, I get it. Now, game 2 on Nightshade, PartinG versus Dream. I mean, we don't even know where PartinG's really at from game 1, okay? I mean, it's not like that was unique for PartinG to lose to. I think any good Protoss player could have lost to that. Dream really mixing it up here. Let's see what happens as we continue on into game 2.
전투 준비 완료. 드래곤 피닉스 게임 파티 123. 브레이브 스타 게임 드림 조중혁.
And you know, there's definitely a fair amount of people, I'm sure, that watch only maybe the biggest tournaments like GSL and you know, some of the live events overseas and whatnot. So if you don't watch a lot of the online stuff, and you're wondering, oh, is Dream just kind of like a cheesy Terran? He's really not. He has a big range of play.
He's got a very wide range.
Yeah, his multitasking is good, his micro, his macro, his decision making. He plays not just 100% the same brand as everyone else. Like, you watch someone like Kira play, and normally it'll be like kind of the same thing over and over, right?
Yeah.
Like, it'll be a lot of the get your upgrades going, 3 Raxes, take your third. You might see a little bit more variation out of Dream, in my opinion. But yeah, he's got a big range to his play, so you could really expect anything out of it.
Yeah, and let's see what he's going to do here, because out of all the players that we're following today, obviously I get exciting casting PartinG's games, but I'm very curious to see how Dream's going to do here.
Yeah,
he's done well in all these other tournaments, but you know, just seeing how he might do in the tournament, you know.
Well, just knowing his level. The thing is, No Regret and I actually looked at a bunch of his games for some in-depth episodes and stuff, and just have both been fans for the past 6 months of him. He's just been playing some fantastic StarCraft 2, and so I know that his level right now is of such a level that he should be in the round of 16. Now, that doesn't mean he just gets there for free, though, because PartinG is one of the most deadly PvTers of all time. In fact, I saw someone say this morning that PartinG has the best win percentage of every active pro in PvT, even though a lot of those stats are a little bit older.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that the person also said that if PartinG loses to Dream tonight, then Trap will then have the best PvT win percentage.
See, that makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed PartinG, just so you know, if I had to pick somebody. So that's funny. You know, that's moments where stats are actually useful and interesting.
Yeah.
So I feel like oftentimes in esports, stats are some of the most misused things you could ever.
Well, honestly, the stat I just gave you is kind of misleading as well, right? Because PartinG, a lot of those stats are older and, you know, shouldn't have as much weight as what Trap has done.
To be honest, it's like, still, to me, that's impressive. I never would have guessed he would have been #1 in that, or #2, or #3 even. So that's really something else.
I'd be thinking like Stats or Zest.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Right?
Stats or Zest or somebody else. So I'm pretty impressed with that. So we've got Blink coming here right now in the Robo. So this is appearing to be a defensive build here from Protoss, just getting the 3 gates up, getting ready to try to catch and deflect anything that Terran might do. And in this case, it looks like we're going to have probably a Widowmine drop, something of the sort.
Yeah, he actually hunts down that Adept and gets rid of it. Very nice. Yeah, it does look exactly as you said. PartinG going up to 4 gates, actually, with his Blink
Let's
and
see if he
Prism.
gets any more gates here, because there's a War Prism coming here right away.
Yeah, he's going to get aggressive. There's absolutely.
I said defensive, but it's PartinG, so I don't know why I said that.
Well, yeah, if it's like 3 gates, then I would totally go with that.
Yeah.
But 4, it's like, well.
I thought he was going to go 3 gate obs and just get ready, like, okay.
Yeah. Well, that would be normal.
Yeah.
That would be watching stats play, right?
Right.
It's PartinG, so he needs to get over there and attack. Now, a single Widowmine coming over. Just one. That's kind of interesting. It's not every day you see just the single Widowmine move out. Okay, he's going to go chase, and Dream is going to be in some trouble, man. Blink's going to finish pretty soon here if he gets caught. Oh, no, he's... Okay, so he actually does not chase the medevac at all.
Hold on. This is right in the
Oh,
path.
my
This
God.
is literally, possibly going to be the worst thing that could have ever... Oh, my God. Okay.
This is too funny. You see how good this kid really is? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like,
that was
he's
some
just
pro
he's
stuff
good.
right there.
Remember, oh my God. And how many probes did he get?
I actually didn't catch that. Now, there's one Viking out here, too, so he can actually shoot off the War Prism, which is intended to be the spotter to get up onto the high ground. Oh, he takes that out, though. Never mind. No longer an option there. Yeah, had the Viking shot down the War Prism, that would have really slowed things down. But now, these Stalkers and more Stalkers also being warped in. Oh, my God. I think he might have just killed him. This is just huge here.
That's crazy. That one Viking just flying a little bit too far out and PartinG snapping its little Viking neck.
Yeah, there's all these SCVs being pulled here, but you can still blink onto the low ground and then try to come back in here. In fact, blinking over, forcing all of these SCVs to continue to chase this, and he'll be able to blink black over to the other side here in a little bit too. Meanwhile, more Stalkers going to push into the front, and I think if Terran can't stabilize here, this game just ends.
Yeah.
You can see the Dream sending more units across the map like a Liberator to try to just do more damage over there.
Yeah, there's no way though.
Oh my God, takes out the medevac, and I think that's going to be GG here.
Yeah.
I mean, even there's no way the Liberator can ever catch up to the amount of damage that's being snowballed over here with this many Stalkers. War Prism's still in the game as well here, so we're going to have more Warpins too.
Yeah, look at this. He's like, well, you have to at least send some Stalkers home, but there's nothing left over for Terran.
Yeah.
He's floating all of his buildings.
What am I seeing here? All the buildings merged together like some kind of a Super Power Ranger thing or whatever.
Yeah. Well, okay, that was funny that he lifted his buildings up. Should have floated him to the corner and make him make a Phoenix.
Yeah. That's right.
I don't think we have
Meanwhile, he gets up and walks down the street and buys a soda, comes back in. It's like, geez, Dream, like.
That would be amazing.
I know you're mad you lost that game, but everybody is working here.
Yeah.
Well, these are
Fast
making
and
for some
Furious.
fast, yeah. Fast and the Furious.
I
8.
love that he's just kind of laughing about it. He's like, yeah, okay. You
Yeah.
know, he honestly, he deserved to die after that first game.
Yeah.
It really should be 1-1.
How long have we been live for?
I feel like these two
We've
are,
been alive for 17 minutes. We've gone through 2 games and introed the show.
Oh God, this is a funny one. All right, so this feels like a best-of-1 series here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those 2 games were just like, okay, cool, you guys killed each other, really neat.
This
guys.
is StarCraft 2 License to Kill Artosis.
Yeah, everyone's got the golden gun
Everyone's
right now.
got the golden gun. There's some young guy watching like, I don't get it.
That's for sure.
전
probably a lot.
준비 완료.
They're Googling golden gun. It's like, sorry, Tastosis.
드래곤 피닉스 게임.
I never
Hot.
played on an
What
Atari
is-
before. What is that, a Pong joke? I'm like, all right, listen, I know that you have no sense of time. You're so young that.
브레이브 스타 게임. 3.
Was that some game that George Washington used to play?
This has been a fun day already.
It's been a very fast day with a lot of little twists in here, at least for the first best of 3. Artosis, are you going to get the new Final Fantasy game? When you beat the old one, Final Fantasy 7, right? The original?
Yeah, I beat it.
Are you going to get the new one?
I'm not planning on it.
You're not planning on it. Like,
Here's
that's
the
a
thing.
very odd response to have.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So just like for full transparency,
Yes.
most of the games that I have, I did not buy. It's my wife will buy a game that she thinks I'll like.
Or
basically.
occasionally I buy you something on Steam.
That's
Every
true.
Once
you
in a
bought
while,
me, you
I'll-
bought me Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
just
right.
give this one a try.
And a controller actually, because you're like, you really need to play a game other than StarCraft.
Yeah.
It was fun too. I had a fun time playing that game.
It's a good game. Good game.
I beat the first boss and then played more StarCraft. I should
you
go
got
back and
farther
play
than
it
most
again.
people, Artosis.
But I imagine the game will end up in my house and I'll end up playing it. I bet. We'll see though.
Isn't it funny to go back and look at really old games that you thought were like the pinnacle of
Dude,
technology?
yeah.
You're like, this is just so real. And then you look at the old Final Fantasy, they have brooms for hands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They absolutely do, yeah. And you know, a lot of those ones are so like cubey. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Go back and look at the like GoldenEye, for instance, that we were just talking about. It's hideous.
If you're playing StarCraft Remastered, you just hit, I think it's F5 or whatever, and it switches the graphics.
Yeah, those
your-
graphics are a little bit off of what
And
it
your
actually
eyes
was.
get
though.
AIDS.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did I ever play this? Just,
Those graphics are not 100% exactly what they were. They're actually a little bit off.
oh, are they a little bit worse?
Yeah, yeah, they're a little bit worse than it actually was. They did a very good job, like recreating that or whatever. But like, if you actually look at StarCraft 1,
Yeah.
like just an installed StarCraft 1 or load up like a high quality VOD of an old game, you'll see it's a little bit different.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, just it's not like you can tell if you.
I was looking at it last night, and I'm like, how did I ever play this? This is
Every time I hit
insane.
that button, I'm like, oh, what button is that? And I tried to hit it back. Yeah. So what do we have here, Tasteless? A Phoenix opener.
Yes.
Oh.
And we do have Widow Mines being made, so it looks like Dream might be going for a lot of the same ideas we saw in Game 1, but PartinG is mixing it up.
There's a Hellion out there scouting the map. Kind of cool. Yeah, I like the range these guys are showing right now. I always appreciate a lot of different builds. You know what? It's funny that I say that, because I also always appreciate a bunch of the same build right in a row to see what the different branches are.
Yeah, I love seeing.
I just like stuff. I like that he uses a hallucinated Oracle, because that makes you think he did not go Stargate.
Right. There's a lot to that.
Yeah.
There's a lot to that.
And then you're going to fly a medevac over there, and it is going to get wrecked. The Phoenixes are going to have a day with this.
So in a lot of ways, PartinG has laid a trap here for Dream, and Dream might fall right into it. Now we need to see how the execution goes, but on paper, this should be quite good for the Protoss.
Yeah, as long as he spots it coming in, you don't really need to lose anything with the mines. You can pick them up very quickly. You can chase down the medevac.
Okay, here we go. Here we
it
go.
Should be an easy stop.
Where are these
for him.
Phoenixes?
Yep, here we go. So he'll lift both.
Yeah. There's kind of an awkward moment here where it's just one Phoenix firing on the Widow Mine. Now, he kills off those two, and he's going to try to pursue this. The medevac is just actually going up, right up to the top.
Yeah, he was trying to take a funny pattern to juke and jive.
It actually glided by the pylon, so he saw exactly where it was. But yeah, that was the idea, is to try to take an unusual path and hope that the Phoenixes move past it and don't see it. And behind this, we have a third base immediately taken, which I think only makes sense considering the victory there.
Yeah.
And then you get Colossus here because infantry is going to start later since you went for Widow Mines right away.
Yeah.
And by then you're going to have, I think before the push comes, easily 2 to 3 Colossi out, which can wipe out all the Marines.
Yeah.
And I think from here you're just trying to hold.
Well, I think he's going to, I think you kind of nailed it there. I think he should probably have 2 Colossus out by the time the push comes, the first push. Kill that already.
He's like,
I love that
not.
PartinG knows this so well that he won't flick a probe onto it.
Yeah, he's like, I just want to get my minerals in there.
Yeah, he's like, no, it's not going to get any actual kills. It's fine. That's some deep knowledge, because right there, I'm like, all my probes attack move that alien. I'm like, ha, I got you. But it's like at 1 health, so why did you do that?
We've talked about this before, though, but, you know, it's the craziest thing when you see somebody who's so good they know when to just not even micro.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
That's like in this moment, I actually,
very impressive.
Because their sense of priority is so strong with what to do that you can probably put your energy into something else and be even more efficient.
You see that sometimes with really good Zerg players where a single Baneling's going in their blind and they just don't move anything.
Yeah.
You know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
By the way, just to take a look here, this is the Marauder heavy build from Dream. It's definitely something I've seen him doing lately. Actually, it's been pretty popular amongst Terrans just overall. So that'll fare a little bit better against the Colossus. But he didn't make... oh my god, that Observer saw those medevacs load up. Everything I said doesn't even matter if those get caught. Okay, he's scared.
Yeah,
he realizes.
It's definitely the smarter move to say, okay, let me just back off a little bit here.
But yeah, this is going to be really interesting to see what Dream can get done, because his army it's way more mobile than what PartinG has, and it's got enough Marauders in it that it actually packs a punch still.
Right.
But I love PartinG's setup there. The fact that he made both a cannon and a shield battery, I think that's fantastic. I think that's awesome. In fact, he's making 2 more cannons and another shield battery. So I think he's really identified this situation so well that what he needs to do right now is not lose.
I have met the enemy.
Yeah, I think you're completely correct. He just needs to get ready to shut the attack down.
Yeah.
Or at least absorb it as well as he can. Well, because he's going to be in a better spot.
Yeah, in a minute or two?
Right.
He is like, or...
By the way, Thermal Lance is going to finish literally as this attack happens.
Yeah, as long as...
Oh, I love that.
God.
I love the blink forward there. A little bit risky, but, you know, Dream about a second and a half late on whipping around and firing. And, you know, to trade 1 medevac for 1 stalker, I'll take that any day.
Well, PartinG has done a great job just kind of zoning everything out. It looks like Dream decides that it is best to not engage right now. I think he's probably right about that. And he's adding a second starport very quickly. So it's very clear that he's going to mass Vikings up to deal with this.
Yeah.
Already, though, PartinG going towards his Templar tech. Now we're going to get a real actual macro game between these two.
Boo! I hate macro games.
This is already longer than both the other games
Go back
put together.
to cheesing each other. Now this is going to be pretty sick. Now I like the direction that PartinG's taking this so far. I mean, he did get his third up a little bit more quickly. He's kind of playing the role of the macroer here and putting the pressure on Dream to try to figure out if he can push and if he can win.
The one thing okay, so he's not getting Psystorm. He's actually just making High Templars, which tells me he's probably just going to make Archons to go with this, which this is going to give him a lot of punch with his army. I think what he's going to do here is try to make kind of like a death blow, like just run up and deal a ton of damage. And he actually stopped on 2 Colossus, which is also very interesting because massing Vikings against 2 Colossus is actually pretty different than massing against 3 Colossus. Yeah. It's not that big of a commitment from Protoss to get 2 Colossus out comparatively.
Yeah, that Robotech, it's always a balancing act, what you're making out of it.
Yeah. Remember all those 1 Colossus builds that would bait the Vikings? This is that in between.
Yeah. And then it's like there's just too many Vikings, and even though the Colossus dies, it takes one for the team. Okay, hold on a second. We've got a big attack coming in here, and these Colossi doing a lot of splash damage over here in the front, especially with these Archons coming in to help out as well. And this army here from Dream has just been thinned out. Even though the Vikings won the air fight, the ground fight over here appears to be going to PartinG, but more reinforcements are going to come in here now. And I think as things start to slow down, there's just enough infantry he can actually drive them back.
Yeah, and while this looked good for PartinG because he killed 25 SCPs there, I actually think this was very good for Dream. As long as Dream keeps his army alive for a minute here, if he holds this off, he's going to get 2-2 against 1-1, and there's no splash damage on PartinG's side.
Well, the question now is when the counterattack comes from Dream, can PartinG fend it off? Because, yes, he's going to have superior upgrades, but, I mean, 73 workers to 50 now, and a lot of those workers were just remade.
I hate to be the guy, but with mules in there, this economy of Dream is not that bad.
That's true, but PartinG's up on a 4th base. I think if PartinG can fend this next attack off, he's going to be he's still going to be fine, but I think you're completely right that losing the splash damage units makes it much harder to take fights on.
Yeah, you're going to be down 2 upgrades with, Archons as your splash.
When things get scrappy, you need splash damage in StarCraft 2, And,
especially when you're down upgrades.
Yeah.
That would be the only situation where it's okay to be down upgrades.
I think this was very well handled, immediately getting 4 Archons out here, throwing another Forge down as well to catch up in the long run with the upgrades.
Oh, but Tasteless, there's Ghosts on the way right now. He's got Liberators as well. How do you stop this frontal push as PartinG?
It's going to be tough. PartinG is actually going to... I thought he was going to dive in on that. He might still do that.
I don't know if diving in there is a good idea. That is a good spread of bile.
He thought about it with those Stalkers coming up. But the moment you see just the Stalkers there, just stim and move forward and, don't let him get the Liberator and you're going to be fine. I don't know, though. I mean, can he still push up here? We have some EMPs coming down now to soften up these Archons. Still a Colossus in the back and 3 Archons splash damaging down the rest of this infantry here on the low ground. And we're seeing this infantry fan out more and more as it looks like PartinG is going to push this away.
Yeah, it just barely does not have enough to break through there. He kills off the Archons, but the few Gateway units do push him back for now. A couple more Liberators coming up. Is this the right place to try to hold on here? The Stalkers blink over and try to target down the Liberators, but they get targeted down themselves from these Marauders.
Oh, man, this has been a real tug of war here in the middle of the map. Does Protoss actually win this? Yeah, I guess just barely. He's going to push through. It's just enough Zealots.
Yeah. That's funny.
Now,
his +2 armor finished too, so it's kind of putting him back onto some equal footing, rather.
Evil footing.
Well, definitely evil footing, as he is PartinG and he is a Protoss player. But evil footing.
Now, at 6 o'clock, Dream needs to take that and keep it, because PartinG's taking a 5th, but I think PartinG is going to do a push down here at 6. In fact, look, now this is a tough call by Dream. And it's definitely not the prettiest play you can make in a game, but he's going to lift the CC and pull it away.
That's funny.
He just says, I'm in such bad shape, let's just fight an uphill fight and try to get a 4th up when I actually can. And he's going to move it out here to the front, I think, because it's a little bit closer to the third.
Yeah, it seems that is what he wants to do.
'Cause
I'm sure he'll make it into a planetary as well.
Oh, for sure,
But
yeah.
he's got to be careful here. If you lose this command center, that is a terrible loss. Okay, he's going to be able to hold him back for now.
Yep.
I'm a little bit nervous because Dream skipped starting 3-3. He just now started it, right? So actually +3 armor on the way for PartinG. He's going to take the upgrade lead eventually as far as the armor goes. But Dream is getting his actual composition together, right? We're approaching that endgame comp for him. Plenty of ghosts being added in. He's getting enhanced shockwaves. Yeah, again, 3-3 is on the way. But PartinG getting into Psystorm, adding some Colossus as well. Very important against this Liberator type play. He's got his Prism full of Templars as well. Oh no.
Okay, it's a good thing he's actually pulling back here. Okay, nice EMP is coming in there. Shot the Warp Prism out of the sky and shuts this attack out. Protoss has to immediately retreat here. Psystorm's coming down. He kind of baited him in there a little bit. Again, though, he can't hold this position. The Protoss can't, because when the Planetary's done, that's just too much damage being put out here. And, you know, this army, you can see, is not very good at retreating. You always need Zealots in there to tank and soak damage in the front. And once that thins out, basically you have to avoid everything else.
Well, you know what? He's bought time for his Planetary to finish, so this is not going down right now.
Oh,
Dream will hold scored.
Nice save. I think PartinG going to go back and lick his wounds. We've got the Disruptor on the way now.
Lick his wounds. He's going to attack again in like 2 seconds. Come on.
I didn't say for how long or toes.
Yeah.
Just 1 or 2 licks, and then he goes back.
More like half a lick,
Yeah.
He's like the owl trying to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop, but it's a wound. Okay, so he's actually getting Speed Prism right now. He's adding in Disruptors as well. I think the Disruptors are probably a good call because as we go forward, like, these armies are getting a little bit wonky from PartinG, right? He's not building a composition full of splash damage. He's aggressively trading, and it's like kind of working for him. He's very good at this type of style, but you look at his actual composition, you're like, oh, that's not a 15-minute, you know, maxed Protoss army, you know?
This is a great game.
This is a
we
great
had
game.
two very quick, action-packed games, and now we're in a very dramatic macro game. And this game lends itself to awesome endgame PvT as well. You know, just how spread out the expansions are, and the zigzagging of trying to control the map.
Yeah. Well, this is very exciting as well because I think Dream's really shown what he's made of this game. There was a couple dicey situations I think a lot of Terrans would fall apart in.
Yeah.
But he's held it together. He's getting himself right into a macro game. You know, he's hit when I feel like he should have hit, and it didn't necessarily work as well as maybe he wanted it to, but that's fine. Here he is battling.
Okay. So what's the game plan now here for Dream? I mean, he's gotten his fourth. DT blank. Yeah, look at that.
Super sick. Okay, yeah, the plan for him, I think. Okay, he's actually making a lot of Vikings. I don't think that that's quite correct because it's only 1 Colossus. He just scanned, so maybe we'll see him cancel these because I
think better
Vikings
served as medevacs. You know.
Yeah, medevacs or Liberators. I think Liberators are going to be very important.
Just to unpack what the what Artosis is saying here is that if you overmake Vikings, yeah, you do kill the Colossus, but if you have like way too many Vikings are pretty terrible on the ground.
Oh, like especially against anything else from the Robo.
This is one of the funny things about, you know, the game when it was designed is it looked at the Vikings and thought, oh cool, it can be on air and ground, but actually it's pretty bad on the ground. Yeah, like you can land it, but it's nowhere near as good as like a Marauder, for instance.
It's very specific situations, like maybe TVT against mech, or like as a single Viking harassing in a weird situation.
Yeah.
Because it deals additional damage to those mechanical units, so good against probes. But yeah, in this situation, I feel like he's been duped because it's Mass Disruptor with 1 Colossus, and he has too many Vikings. So I'm a little bit afraid about that for him. A lot of his army supply right now is not all that useful. But look at this flank coming in. Oh my God! Those EMPs were insane.
Well, yeah, it was not much of a flank though. It was just because the
look at this attack from the right and now an attack from the left.
He just needs to continue to get these disruption shots out here. Oh my God, I didn't even see this army from Protoss coming here on the side. I think PartinG's going to take this game.
Yeah.
He's just crushing through. He managed to keep a lead for most of this, and I think we're about to see the killing blow coming here.
Yeah, and you know what? I really do feel like so much of that came down to those Vikings being complete garbage. That was a lot of supply, a lot of money. Imagine if those were all Liberators. Does this fight look like that? No way.
All right, he's going to dive on top of the planetary here, and I mean, this is just a flood of Protoss units.
That is so many units.
There is just no way. Wow, with all these storms coming down here, too.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, what a finishing blow. That was the equivalent of the fatality in StarCraft.
Dude, I feel like that was like at the end of the Lord of the Rings battle, you know? He had to go to New Zealand and hire everyone in the country to get that to go off. My God. A good finish there by PartinG, showed a really strong game, lots of aggressive trading.
Yeah.
And it worked out for him. I think that's a really hard way to play, the way that he just played that.
Right.
But did a great job. And the thing is, I think Dream played really well that game. And then at the end, his composition was a little bit off, and he just, like, he had such a great idea. He came in with a sick flank, and it didn't work out because he's sitting there with, like, 10 Vikings that aren't doing anything.
A very well-planned best of 3 on both sides, by the way.
Yeah, I think so.
I think another exciting thing to take away from this is that Dream looks very good. He looks like he's in great shape right now in today's group.
Yeah.
And actually, we got to go to a break right now. When we come back, our second best of 3. Don't go away.